So if my thumbnail bothered you or got you upset, excellent. It was a little bit of clickbait, but I want to get you thinking about some of the things I'm about to say. Clearly, Marvin is an excellent rider, and he was one of my top picks that I've said in some of my past videos to win the Supercross Championship this year, dude. This guy's always been the bridesmaid, and this certainly doesn't help his stock whatsoever. It's unfortunate, but he's going to miss the entire Supercross series because of a knee injury. And I just tell it to you guys straight, Supercross motorcycle racing just in general is not for the faint of heart, and you're only as good as your last race. When it comes to selling yourself so that you can get another good team, because you need to have an amazing team to become a Supercross champion, things are not, I repeat, are not looking good for Marv. He's 29 years old. He's up on the upper tier when it comes to the age as far as a active Supercross rider. Yeah, Justin Brayton's like 35, and Chad Reed is, gosh, I'd have to look at how old Chad Reed is. I think he's like 38. All right, so I was wrong, but I'll continue to talk about Chad here in just a bit. This is more about Marv. Is this got to do with ligaments, his meniscus? What might it be? I mean, they take forever. They take 6 months to a year to really, really recover, as long as you're not using human growth hormone, etc., etc. I've had 5, 6, how many surgeries have I had on my knee? 2, 3. I forget the number. It's 6, 7 when it comes to the ligaments, and they suck. You know, they're not very painful, but it makes your knee unstable and it's hard to ride. So I feel for him. But the question is, did this happen at the Ironman National, the last race? Because he ended up hurting his knee. Marv won the first moto, and he was looking like he was going to win the second moto until Zach Osborne cut him off. He ended up crashing really hard. He got up. He said he injured his left knee, but it didn't require surgery. That's what he told the media. We all know that's not what these guys do. They try to hide stuff. They don't want people to know how they're doing. They don't want anybody to get a leg up on them. So at that moment, maybe he was more injured than what he let on. And when he tried testing and he ended up over jumping a section, it sounds like he didn't even crash, just landed really hard. And to me, that sounds like, oh crap, this doesn't feel right. I can't go through another Supercross season with this kind of pain, because Marv, he is 29. His stock is falling if he ends up finishing 3rd or 5th. You know, he can't ride at 150% injured. Like Ryan Villapoto said it best, is in order to race at the ability that these guys are able to race at, they need to train at that pace. So you have to be at a race pace when you're practicing. And if it's hard for Marv to push the limit, then he's doing the right thing, is getting this thing taken care of. Whether it is a meniscus or an ACL or MCL, we'll find out later when he wants to release the information. But it just sucks that he's going to be out all year long. Man, I was really had high hopes for this individual this year. So the big question is, who's going to fill his spot? I've been seeing a lot of memes about Chad Reed. Chad Reed, I honestly think this would be an amazing farewell tour for this guy, because I know I keep getting private messages that he retired. No, all he said is that this is his last race at the Australian Supercross in Melbourne. I mean, could you imagine if that was real? I know it's not real. I think it's a 2016 KTM, but he's been on Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, Husqvarna, and, you know, now being on a KTM as his farewell. I would love to see Chad Reed go out on a pumpkin. You know, just perfect Cinderella story. Chad Reed, KTM, farewell. Just the exposure that this guy has. We owe so much to Reedy, just for everything he's done for the sport and continues to do. I mean, look, we've got CBD oil now out there because of Chad Reed, and there's many other reasons why Chad Reed is such an ambassador for Supercross and just motorcycle racing in general. But as far as other fill-in riders, I want to know what you guys think. Could it potentially be a Josh Grant, maybe a Brett Metcalf, or do you think maybe even we'll go privateer-ish and get like an Alex Ray or, you know, a Tyler Bowers maybe would be a good spot for this, give him a good opportunity. Or, this is a good one, Martin Davlos. I hear he's now with Team Tedder, and they're getting factory KTM support. At least that's the last thing that I heard. Maybe he can send nudes from Red Bull factory KTM.